that are up in the Imperial box.
Is that like the kid from like the Omen remake? It's generic creepy boy.
It is Sovereign Prince Kieran who comes out, and the crowd is very, very loud as everyone is bowing. You've never seen a large man like touch his own toes like that before, but this commissar is completely bent over at the waist, almost bowing his head to the ground as the prince comes out. The prince comes out and gives a royal wave, kind of a wave to the crowd, and everyone cheers.
The bastard can wave, yay!
Okay, he gets led by his grandmother to a very important plush-looking seat that is got the best view in the house of all of the boats. You could see the grandmother pointing out some things, and he's nodding and looking around and sort of gathering it all in. This might actually be the first time he's ever seen this before. Yeah, he's definitely stunned. You notice him pointing to
the kid as we speak.
You notice he's pointing to the reddish water, and his grandmother actually leans in and says something, and he pulls his hand back really quickly. Like he didn't see the octopus. The octopus is a summoned creature. It disappeared already. Everyone's already dead.
Squid.
But it's the squid, yeah. Ryson de la Cova does go up to the prince, and he bends down. He puts his hand slightly on his shoulder and says something quietly to him. The prince looks up at him and nods, and he hands a small box to the prince, like he's giving him a gift.
Your first gun, my boy.
The prince thanks it, and he looks to his grandmother and says something. The grandmother says no, and she takes the gift and puts it off to the side. There's some decorum being...
All right. How many hit dice does this little boy looks like he has? We do have a boom.
Then the High Pontiff goes up to him, and there's a period of time where it looks like they're putting the boats into position. You can see men along the sides with poles and ropes, kind of pulling the boats. They haven't pulled off the tarps yet. 1 million infinity. He has story hit dice. DM hit dice. But it looks like one by one there are these people coming up and giving the prince gifts, which then he looks at briefly before the grandmother puts them off to the side in a pile. Oh, the wonders that you will never have as lowly subjects of the Empire.
All cool red ninja samurai space guards.
Armor.
Our sovereign prince, the citizens of Terak, your subjects of Empirica and Stygia, do give thee honor of sacrifice, sweat, blood, and tears, water from the very rains and snows of the surrounding mountainsides have been brought here to your feet. Boats of ancient design constructed in your honor, and many of the great stables of our great city, Vinvasa, your great city, shall now take to their ships and the grand reenactment of the great battle of old. The Battle of Sanguine Tears. People begin to cheer as the tarps are being pulled down, and these triremes and biremes are fully painted and fresh with dragon and nautical designs. The prince is actually leaning forward on the seat and looking around at all of this. All the toys of an imperial prince, real live ships and men. There's drumming and different sounds of horns going off as the various gladiatorial stables are being announced or announcing themselves. You can see them running with their sandals and armor and their shields ready as they're taking to their ships. Magnus, there is a horn that blows as it is the It is the triple call of the conclave of Crimson Sands. Bree, bree, bree. As you guys go.
As we shuffle, like, you know.
No, the gladiators here have come before you, and they salute you.
Okay. Ashoka is looking to see where is there like a big boat and a bunch of little boats?
Yeah, there is a grand boat, and you can see the banners of the Hilt are taking to the grand boat.
Okay,
and you can see the grand boat has like a dragon-like design, and you can see that there's something sticking out of the dragon's mouth like a cigar that's all wrapped up right now, like it's some sort of surprise.
Okay.
Is the dragon thing in the front of the boat?
The dragon thing is in the front of the boat.
Where are our guys compared to the dragon boat?
They're in some small boat kind of off to the side a little bit.
Where are our guys?
So we can wait for them to torch a boat before sending the bird.
What's that? Sorry?
So the plan
Yep.
is to wait for them to torch a boat
Yes.
before we cast invisibility and send the bird in.
Got it.
Is there anything against climbing their boat and beating the shit out of everybody on board?
Magnus, you climb onto your boat and you can see all of your armory's weapons all lying in the bottom of the boat as you and your men take to this rickety bireme. This is less than a ship and more of a replica that is a raft of death.
Adam just said, "Fuck y'all." He's like, "Nope, not watching. I'm gonna die."
Where is Magnus? Where did I stick Magnus?
It's funny. We're on the bottom left, I think. Yeah,
Left.
yeah, our bottom left.
I don't see
of the entire map.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are just basically stuck onto a boat.
So we are not facing we're not facing the front. But
you're kind of off to the side. You don't think that you quickly look. You don't think you'll be the first boat to fight the big boat, but it does look like you will be side by side with another bireme very quickly. Like it looks like there will be like a grapple fight between you and it, unless you're able to churn the boat somehow. Like you'll be fighting another boat.
I want to fight the main boat.
And like the ancient battle of Sanguine Tears, the 6 princes of old did climb upon their very best ships and do battle for the mythical kingdom. He's washing history a little bit of its accuracies. You're pretty sure that 6 boats with 6 princes didn't get onto them, but you know the story goes that six fiefdoms fought over some mythical place.
See, just to define, Ashoka considers if the big ship's destroyed, our master wins his bet, and we have enough money to do the things to rebuild our stables. That's the goal.
There's a hush as the commissioner raises his hand. Like the people are starting to hush, and you can see the gladiators are all, "We have gathered here. We're about to die. Salute you. For the Empire! For the Empire!" Like some of the gladiators are each saying their thing. What do you and your gladiators say?
No, I'm not saying that.
Bunch of people keep getting these tattoos. It says
FT5 FF FT5.
Magnus, what are you leading your gladiatorial troop in saying?
Death and glory! We shall survive and be victorious!
Okay. So there's a bunch of the cheering goes on between all of the boats. You notice that the sovereign prince, for whatever reason, is whispering with his grandmother. She points down to all of them and just sort of waves them away.
We're
She's just
getting
kind of like
our ammo. I wish. Give me
Okay.
5. Get guys with crossbows. I'm getting a longsword, throwing it on my back.
Yeah, you're able to find a regular longsword. There is a single bow and a single crossbow in your ship.
A single? Okay, who's our best bower?
Okay, so you go about distributing your weapons based off of how you know.
Yeah, we know where we would have done this. We know where our gear is. Like, get your shit. The guy who supposed to make a net.
He's got it.
Makes a net and puts 2 hooks on, like ties them on. We might be using this to get on the big boat.
He smuggled the net in. They didn't seem to check you too much under the boat. There are plenty of axes and weapons for all of you. They just didn't load up on a lot of missile weapons.
How high is our ship from the water, like to board?
These things are pretty low to the water. You could climb up one of the oars.
And
if you were strong enough. The big ship, probably maybe a foot taller than each. It's got more warriors. They're definitely the favorite to win.
Okay. Question: Is it possible to have doused ourselves in water before we get on?
You could jump. You could jump into the waters if you want.
No, I want it. Like, if we're walking and there's like a leak or something, I don't know. Okay, fine. There's no chance then. Okay.
You could probably put your helmet in the water and get some water on you.
Yes, I recommend all my guys to do that.
Okay, all of your guys are dumping water. The boat that's next to you that is going to crash into you probably. You guys are really close to each other. Hey, who's your captain?
They're looking at us.
Yep.
You face Magnus.
All right.
Motherfucker.
All right, give me an intimidate check.
When Ahmed said my impersonation's not going to be very good, he was right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It
was Samuel L. Jackson. Conan.
All right, what's your intimidate check? As you're basically goading the ship beside you. It looks like they wanted to have a conversation, but you're like, fuck you.
Who's your captain?
What's your daddy?
What's he do? Who's your captain?
All right, boys, prepare for a fight. Looks like the Crimson Sands are gonna get drowned today.
Think about it. Let's take the big one first.
They're all banging their shields. Like, it looks like they wanted to chat, but you told them to fuck off. So they're now getting ready for a fight. Like, you've got to fight basically with one of the boats right away.
Have two options.
Sure that our captain is doing the best diplomacy he can.
One of the boats is just crawling with goblins. The Ebon Shroud, it's just they packed like. Whenever you fight goblins are not worth the life of a man. So there are like 2 or 3 goblins for every one of the men, and the place is just some sort of goblin carnal house. They've got piñatas and like weird masks that make their noses long, and like some of them are wearing top hats so that they appear more civilized than they actually are. It's just but the hooks and knives and stabbers and slicers that they have.
Piñata, you mean like the thing that you hit with a stick and candy falls out?
Yeah. You can see that they brought piñatas and they're hanging them and they're like beating them to
okay, they're having a birthday party.
Yeah, they are the
Prince.
they are sponsored by the Ebon Shroud. They are called the Civilized Host of the Grim Goblin, and they hail from a city called Vatapole.
Okay, they're cool too. They're
Okay, so we're fighting the guys next to us.
So you could have went, let's go gang up on that guy. Instead...
Well, I answered as I would have answered without hearing everything they had to say. So, that's what we get now.
Oh, funny. You give players outs. All right, so... the cheering has gone on, and then finally, let the Battle of Sanguine Tears begin! There's a bunch of gongs, and arrows start flying, and people are throwing things at each other. You could hear some of them rowing, and one boat automatically, for some reason, is tipping to one side. And you could see that there are a bunch of guys that look like, as your boats are kind of being pushed forward, like there are people not on your ship that have long poles that are able to sort of like steer the boats together to make sure that things happen.
We start getting close to the big. I want my guys to get close to the big ship.
The big one, not the one that's gonna come at you and fight you.
Would it hit us from the side?
Yeah, the two boats would probably interlock over the side.
Hey, idiot! We gotta fight that one first, or we all die.
Civilize my ass. No, this is like the grand culmination of the games. The first time that the Imperial Prince gets to participate in the games. This is complete bloody horror,
bloody mess.
And most people in the stands love it.
Cat's grace.
Are you drinking your cat's grace?
All right.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to do a round by round fight between the two small boats. Magnus is the leader. He's a 3rd level dude.
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm going to give you four d6s. There was a method that I've been playing around with for like sort of a combat game where you kind of abstract some of the combat. Unless you want to do a boat fight, it's up to you. What do you want to do, Adam? Like Adam Ahmed? What do you guys
I could do a boat fight. I could just play some dudes. It's up to you, but we won't get through everything if we do. Because it's already
I suggest we expedite it a bit.
Okay. So you're going to have 4 dice. This is how you're commanding your men. You can have on your turn your dice do a thing, defend, an attack, or something else, and you get to decide how many dice that you have. Well, actually, there are how many men do you have? You've got 16 men.
17. 16. 17 men. Total. 16 men.
All right, I'll give you 8 dice. What do you want your 8 dice to do? Or like, what do you want to do? This boat is coming at you. They are all attacking. They're going to put. It looks like they're going to put some on defense, and they're going to put some on offense.
Can I tell how many dice they have?
They're equal size to you. But they don't have But they don't have a Magnus.
If we can interlock the boats and I can get on their boat. Choppy.
Okay, so Magnus is going to go on attack. Okay. Are any of the men boarding the boat with them?
I want some guys on my flank. I want about 3 guys on my flank to.
Big boss, we'll let you do some of the die rolls.
Yeah. So I'll take 3 guys with me so I don't get super flanked.
Okay. So you're taking 3 dice with you and putting 4 on defense.
Yep. So 5 on defense. 3 on attack, 5 on defense.
3 plus yourself, and then 5 on defense. Okay.
Let's see how this goes.
How Ahmed described that and how it works with the rules is so perfect. Oh my god.
All right. So you've got 3 on attack and 5 defense. This is conclave. While at the same time, the people that you're fighting are also not a major house. They are called the Sea God's Fury.
They probably know how to swim.
They are putting 4 on attack and 2 on defense. Okay, Ahmed. The 2 boats come forward. Everything is simultaneous. So they are sailors. You are not.
Right.
So they're 4 on attack. I'm going to give them advantage.
Okay. I've got 5 defense.
Okay. Advantage means ties go to them.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll your 3 dice to attack their 2 defense. These are D6s.
3d6?
Yep.
Fuck.
Yes.
Okay. So you match their 5 versus their 3, and your 2 versus 1, just kind of like in Risk. There are no ties, so you destroy. And I'm going to keep a little tally beside me. So you destroy their 2 defense. You've possibly taken over their boat.
Okay.
You're on their boat, doing a little dance.
You're on the boat, but the guys that are swinging across and kind of running over towards your boat are also
You
battling.
have traded boats.
Yeah, let's see
they
what's going on.
have an armory. Don't let them take our armory.
So you are 8 and they are 6. Okay, so you've destroyed 2, which means they have 4 power left. But simultaneously, they are fighting back and also trying to get onto your ship. You have 2 defense.
I have 5 defense.
5 defense, and they've got 4 attack. They have advantage because they are sailors and you are not.
Yep. 6, 6, 5, 3.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, go ahead and roll 4d6, Big Boss Nemesis. You can roll 4d6, just 4 D and 6.
Yeah, like I rolled
enter.
it, like I typed it there.
And this is basically how well do they attack Magnus's or the Conclave ship as everyone's like as the 2 boats are crashing together and people are spilling
really
across are filling across each way, blood and screaming and dying, and Magnus with his great bloody helmet running around. But his men are putting up a valiant defense, and and they are holding firm. Big Boss, Nemesis, 4d6. Yeah, if you type 46, the die roller will listen to you.
Yeah.
I rolled shit.
I don't see any of the rolls.
Huh.
Weird.
Weird.
Try again. Yeah.
I'll take his. They probably rolled all ones. No star.
Excuse me.
You can see that other boats are collapsing. There are 2. We'll say that there are. It looks like there are 6 ships. So there's one that's kind of keeping off to the side, and 2 of them are crashing. The big one has yet to launch. There are 2 boats full of men attacking the goblin boat right now. It is pure chaos. The goblin boat looks like it's like crunching into one, like it ramming speeded one of the boats, and there are men in the water. Yeah, exactly. Ramming speed. And you can see the goblins all fucking rowing as another boat's trying to catch up and kind of knocking into the back of it. Somehow there's fire on one of the decks of the boats. The Hilt boat with the big dragon fire is holding back. You do see that there are a couple of men taking off the tarp and revealing this big cone-like thing that is sticking out of the head of the dragon boat. I'll go ahead and roll the 4d6.
Yeah.
So 6-6 matches with their 4-4, and a 3 matches with the 3.
5.
Oh, 5 matches. Oh, and then the 3 beats the 2.
It's a sweep.
You've utterly destroyed. Not only did you repulse their attack, but you didn't lose a man. Not a single man was lost. You
Follow us or die!
You have. Let's just see. The state of the boat when you took it over. It looks like you were just attacking men. There was a bit of damage to some of the oars on both of your boats, but both boats are platforms now.
Follow us and we will survive! Follow Magnus!
Same result. Although you need to use our die roller if you could.
Yeah,
I think he rolled physical dice in front of him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No problem. So I'm rolling dice. I get to without using the die roll because I'm the DM.
I cheat sometimes.
But we have a bot, Modron bot is what we called him, that will do the die rolling in chat. So.
Yeah, sorry, we weren't specific.
Yep. This is how you roll a d20. This is how you roll, like, 5d6 for a wimpy ass fireball. You could do modifiers like 1d3 plus 2.
No spaces.
New moon will be on the 15th.
Yep, exactly. So we did this battle. I'll give you another roll and another battle. So Magnus, what are you doing? You've captured 2 boats. You notice one of your guys grabs, like, you've got 4 bows now total.
Yeah.
And do we take their ship?
I'm commanding both ships now.
You follow me to their ship now!
Okay. Give me an int check or a wisdom check or a profession sailor check.
Question, Taylor, what's the problem?
Don't know how to use a single boat, man.
Yeah, I'm getting them to do that. Survival, what do you want, sorry?
A profession sailor, a wisdom, or an int check.
Let's go with wisdom here.
It's funny because
It's the same, it's all a 0.
just roll a d20 then.
Okay. So you're commanding your guys to commandeer both boats. They split into 2 boats, and they're
No, I didn't kill the other guys. We didn't kill the other guys, right? We didn't kill them all.
Oh no, they're dead.
Oh, we killed.
They're dead or pushed into the water
incapacitated
or incapacitated. This is like 3 minutes of fighting.
They're non-combative.
Okay, so
It's more like that actually happened really close. It's probably 3 minutes per fighting. 3 minutes of fighting. That was 30 rounds of like.
It was that freaking boat rocking thing I did.
Okay, so are you splitting your crew amongst 2 boats? Or are you keeping 1 boat?
I want to keep that second boat next to us.
The priest of Palor points to this big plug in the boat, and you realize that each of the boats has this big kind of like ring that kind of like you could pull on, and it's a plug.
Oh, you can just sink it.
I think it's Magnus. I think this is to sink the boat.
How deep's the water?
You're pretty sure that the boat would be fully submersed. Maybe the mast might be sticking out a little bit. We'll say it's about 30 feet deep.
And how? Okay, so, all right.
He's on my battleship.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Shall we pull the plug?
Fuck it. Yeah, sure. Marty, has the bomb gone off in the big one?
No, they haven't even used the fire thing yet. They're sitting there like some sort of silent and deadly fish of prey.
How many men do they have?
They have a lot of men. They've got twice as many men as anyone else does. And it looks like the 2 other boats are attacking the goblin boat, and there's some crazy battle going on with goblins
there's the
swarming
goblins
over.
and 2 other groups.
Yep,
and then my group, and then the big ship, and that's it.
that's it.
Fuck.
People are cheering, conclave, 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 and you can see, and those in the stands notice that the Legis, the fan of man, has gotten up, and he's looking over, and he goes like this, he gives a thumbs up, and an entire area of the stands take out conclave banners and start waving them. Like he's paid for probably 100 people to wave and cheer the way he wants.
Huh. Next time they're gonna have the little sign so they can make a big word. Okay.
So how far are we from the other boat?
You've got 2 boats side to side. Right now your oars are all kind of stuck together. And there's the goblin fight. Goblins have rammed one of the ships and are pouring onto that ship. There's a pitched battle. And the other one's trying to slowly turn around. But you realize by it trying to join in on the fighting, it is now the top part of a T where the big dragon boat is pointed at. And you can see the dragon boat inching forward to take advantage of their mistake.
All right. And could we get to the back of the dragon boat and climb up from there?
You'll have to maneuver around. Like your boats are sitting in the water and not any momentum. What do we do, Magnus? Magnus, what do we do?
They're gonna fight that. Okay, we're gonna go for the big boat.
Okay, so you start. You stay on. You stay on your own boat. Basically, you're coming in like this. There is a T-boned boat that is going to be attacked on the other side by the dragon ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we'd like to.
Do any of the fans?
Could we hold on? Could
the morale
we
bonus is what Drakester's talking about.
Oh, that's right.
We did
Performance
defeat-
combat.
Yeah, can we get-
Yeah, give me one combat performance check for defeating the entire boat and then and seizing another boat, and then you had first blood. So go ahead, give me 3 performance checks.
Okay.
And Magnus would be doing this.
So
Magnus is
what
the
am
leader.
I rolling here? It's not intimidate. Perform.
It's your charisma plus your bab, or it's a charisma plus 1 for your bab plus 1 for your
One
acrobatics. So it should be
Yes. He is plus
charisma
2.
plus 2.
My bab's
Now
3.
this is so large of a crowd that the DCs are actually really hard to get the entire crowd chanting your name.
But the guy's helping me.
No, something else is going on there.
Okay.
The guys are helping you? Which guys?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
21 motherfucking crowd!
All right, so let me check the
Conan.
thanks for reminding us. Performance
Yeah.
combat.
Severely outnumbered. Kinda.
This is a arena-sized crowd. You start off as indifferent. The DC to increase
Sorry.
and it's a massive combat. The DC to affect them right now is 24.
Yeah. Close, but no way in hell I could do
I
it.
can't do it. So
So,
Good
in order
work
to make
there.
these checks possible, I think with 20 and 1, I think I'll allow it to, like, you automatically lose, you automatically win. So roll 2 more d20s and roll for 20s.
Oh, it was a 19, man. Come on.
I know.
which is not a 20.
not
It's
a
not
20.
a 20. Come on, make it like my crit.
So the entire crowd isn't on your side when you seized the boat and fought. The
Oops.
entire crowd is not on your side when you
No.
took the other boats and first blood. The last one.
None of them.
Oh, none of
It was
them.
named.
Okay. So yeah, there's just too much insanity going on. Now the third ship, or the dragon boat that is owned by the Hilt, reveals its secret weapon. And there is a gargantuan gout of flames that goes out 20 feet, spilling this liquid goo all over the flammable ship that has been doused in oil. And there is a horrible amount of screaming. Even some of the crowd stops, like stops making noise when they see this dragon roar. There are summoners and conjurers that kind of float a little bit away from the fire, as one boat is almost with a single blast of breath completely on fire. There are guys jumping into the water, and these conjurers, these bastard conjurers, are summoning more sharks. You notice that one conjurer is like, "Look out for the water, hey!" He lets it this, like, he's flying above your boat. All of your men are like, "What the hell?" As sharks are now picking off the people that you pushed into the water. Men are screaming.
Ashoka's going 3, 2, 1. Cast your spell, because that's when the crowd should be going. Wah!
Yeah,
Marty.
there's just horrors in the arena.
Can
at this point in
Magnus?
time.
Can Magnus tell my guys, save the ones that you can? Like save the one. They'll fight on it. We get more guys. Get another dice.
Okay. Half your men are rowing forward. Half of them are trying to save. I'm going to say it's difficulty 4 or higher on a d6. Give me 4 d6 as you're trying to save men that you defeated and pushed out of the water before the sharks do.
5, 2, 6, 3.
All right,
So
you have won 2 more dice worth of men that will fight on your side.
Awesome. They showed bravery in combat. They are allowed. If Magnus thinks it's cowardice.
So you have 8
cowardice
dice. You
would-
have 3 dice
10
because
dice.
you're a hero, and now, well, actually, yeah, you're a 3rd level hero. So you've got 3 dice for just Magnus, and then you've got 8 dice worth of dudes, and you picked up 2 more dice. So you've got 13 dice to play with. There are some people cheering, like clapping, like the people that are maybe a little more innocent, human that feel human emotions towards other people are kind of clapping at the bravery and the mercy that you're showing. The smart play as this big boat is just going up in flame. You notice some of the goblins actually turn to look, and the goblins are actually murdering their way onto this one boat. Now they don't have a second boat to help them. There's a spellcaster on the goblin boat. You can see this little bastard twirling a wand and some fiery. He's making some fiery ball roll around on the deck, just setting the other boat on fire. There's just fire everywhere.
A little bird is going. Go, gadget bird.
Okay, you cast. So Phineas casts invisibility on Nyx, and then the bird, ant-hauled bird, is carrying his tinder twig in his claws. That's been tied with string to his claws, and the keg of the keg of fire. Bad bird, says Nyx as he's flying down towards the ships. You don't have sea invisibility, so you don't know if he succeeds.
Well, find out.
Magnus is trying to ram.
Phineas
and
turns
reach.
to Ashoka. I can't believe I'm sacrificing my bird this way.
You might get out in time.
Better him than me.
I shall miss his insults.
We'll find you something nice.
You could hear Sir Prentice Pennywise. He's like, yes, look at my men. Hey, Captain Saul Zoroaster, see what my men are doing. They're going to best your dragon ship. The High Chief Griscarl just sort of looks over at Sir
So
Prentice.
Phineas and Ashoka are going to hustle their way back to their seats.
Okay.
Just twiddling the.
Where have the two of you been? You're missing all the fun.
Says Theodore Esteban Valencia, the third Esquire.
Sorry, I
who's
got
gonna-
lost. It's a very complex building.
You're quite the nincompoop, aren't you?
Apparently that word has spread around the master apartments, probably because of Phineas's bird. Phineas just sits and slouches in his seat. He kind of like furtively picking at his own fingernails.
Go gadget Molotov cocktail.
Was that Foxfire? It sounds like a Foxfire.
That was a Drakester.
Oh, Drake.
Captain Saul turns back to the ship battle and seems to let the insult or the catcall go. He was a slave lord grinning at all of you. He just raises his cup towards Theodore Esteban. Apparently Theodore knows him, and the two bald men have a bond.
We're bald. Yes, we're bald. Here's the suckers.
Give me a perception check to see if this is from Phineas and Ashoka, to see if anyone is the wise or...
Stop staring at me. 29. Stop staring at me.
You do know that Denister actually leaned in towards Devestra Sildra, who looks like she has ravens that fly out of her cloak and fly into it like it's an extra dimensional space for the ravens, or the cloak that is made out of raven feathers. She's not called the Queen of Ravens for nothing.
Donovan needs one of those, but with doves. Just white doves just keep farting out of his ass. That'd be awesome.
But you do notice that he leans over and whispers to her, and he's kind of pointing, and his fingers pointing in an arc down towards the ship.
I got nothing to do with
All right,
that.
there's another gout of flame, which basically does this next ship in. Most of the men have abandoned the ship, and they're actually plowing into the ship and tipping it over. And you can see these greedy, hungry shadows in the water, causing the water to turn red.
Okay.
Got this.
The
Marty.
ship is now sinking, and there's all sorts of screaming. It's like Cloak and Dagger, the Dark Forest dimension.
Hold on. I'm just gonna go and release the water pressure. I gotta release my own Ashoka.
I never expected it to be so bloody. Whose idea was it to have sharks? Says Phineas.
The sharks are an excellent. Hell, I'm never going to go into the ocean again, says Theodore.
Ashoka shows no remorse or pity or sympathy for those getting their asses eaten by sharks.
There's something... The bird is very nervous, says Phineas.
Yeah, he doesn't know what the fuck he's carrying. Poor bastard bird. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay, Ahmed, where are you? You're aiming your boat towards the one that's crashing. The dragon boat is now kind of rolling over the boat that they burned, and it is now sinking, and you are on a collision course directly with the Hilt ship with the ancient fire-throwing device.
Right, now, we're from the side, right? We're not facing that bitch.
No, you two are coming head-on to each other.
They're gonna spew fire at us.
The boat in the middle has sunk, and it's coming straight at you.
I thought we were on the side of it. How did we get in front of it?
They're better sailors than you.
Oh, fuck.
Do you know how to... You have one person who knows how to use a rowboat.
Oh,
You notice a bunch of goblins are cheering as they undo the plug. Like 3 or 4 goblins are undoing the plug to this one boat that they've invaded, but they lose a bunch of their goblins as they're sinking a boat at the same time it's on fire. At the same time, there's a bunch of goblins there.
Okay. They're gonna get a flame off before we get there, right?
Row! They're going
See what
down.
happens.
And Marty, does it fire down or does it like?
It's
I'm trying to see.
It's a cone of flame that comes straight out.
So we're gonna get hit one way or another. It doesn't matter.
You could probably go to the back of the boat and not get hit.
Magnus.
Bite down on something hard, boys. Prepare your fucking spell.
The
Put water on your.
Paylor, protect us.
Put water on yourself.
and you feel a warm hand touch your shoulder. Do you accept a spell from Paylor?
Yeah.
Okay. Albus, in anticipation of you being burned, casts resist fire on you.
Thank you, but you could have done that to yourself. Do as well. Yeah, we did sink it. We didn't care.
We need to save this priest because we don't know if Arlen makes it.
Albus then casts a similar spell upon himself.
Gus!
Are we gonna get the boat there as soon as possible?
There's something that you may notice.
Who's you?
In the crowd,
Okay.
there is a boy that is on the goblin boat.
What?
It's just a boy. You thought he was a halfling or maybe a goblin, but he's kind of dressed in simple robes. The robes, however, have a fine tinge to them. Like a little silver embroidery. He's got a little halfling-sized buckler and a spear. He comes out out of the goblin boat, and he's just standing there, and he's looking around in horror. There's goblins all around him. They seem to be ignoring him.
Knowledge WTF mate?
Yeah, give me a knowledge nobility.
Why would there be a noble on a boat in the middle of a melee? 21?
You recognize the boy as the prince's whipping boy.
The prince is a dick.
The prince has a lifelong friend, and this friend is in the grand melee.
Well, I suppose he's only known him for a few years, so because the prince is like 6, 8.
Yep. You do notice that the survivors of the boat that was being rammed by the goblin boat are now rallying around the boy, and there are like 3 or 4, I don't know, monks maybe, that are defending the boy.
Oh, they execute nobles in the arena too, I suppose.
A whipping boy is when you're noble, or at least imperial, when you do something wrong, you can't get slapped.
They get punished for you.
Your whipping boy gets slapped on your behalf. You don't get spanked. They get spanked on your behalf. You don't get whipped. They get whipped on your behalf.
Let's save this boy. Maybe
And you can see that there are a couple of members of the Unbroken Bond that look like they are guarding the boy.
What could the prince have done to deserve being sent into the melee?
You don't know much about the Imperial Prince. He's kept under, like, constant watch and guard. Are you going to look at the prince?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a sense motive.
Do my eyes melt for looking at him? 19?
The prince looks worried.
Okay, this is a punishment. What does the grandmother look like?
Give me a sense motive.
14.
Pleased with herself.
All right then. She is a cutthroat bee.
Marty, if we're going to take one to the chin, I'm going to tell my men to douse themselves, like to just put water on themselves.
Okay, so they're dousing themselves. As
It's like, all right, you get them wet.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
hopefully give them a bonus
So-
to not burn.
I'll make a token for the whipping boy because it looks like these three monks or paladins are trying to defend the boy. You actually hear some of the crowd yelling, "There's a boy!" as if they expect this whole craziness to stop because there's a child going that is in there. But yeah, let me find a token for the boy.
Magnus is like, he's not the fighter.
What was your
Feed him to
knowledge,
the
religion,
sharks."
and nobility roll? You might actually know the name of the whipping
21.
boy of the prince. 21? Okay, I need a name for a whipping boy.
Whipster McWhipping.
No, it doesn't have whip in the name, but...
Oh.
Estevan.
Thorian
we already
Balkans.
We already have a Steven in there somewhere?
Thorian Balkans.
Okay, I like Falcon.
Yeah.
Falcon.
Get him, boy.
Let's see if we can find the token. He might be a year older than the prince.
Those monks look cool.
But there's Falcon, the prince's whipping boy and companion. And by the looks of it, the prince does not look happy. In fact, looks worried that his friend is in the melee, surrounded by goblins and sharks. And you can see that these three
Why
men,
are you so cool?
these three guys are killing goblins and deflecting arrows, and they have rallied around this kid who's got this very simple like halfling-sized buckler and
Why is
and
a fruit bowl as a chest plate? He's so cool.
I know, that's a character worthy right there.
Sure, they might have names, but you do recognize them as Unbroken Brotherhood monks and
What's our
warriors.
relationship to them?
They're awesome, and you're scum.
They're a major house. They're a major stable, and they can walk around freely. They are trusted. All right, the boats are colliding.
Yeah. So we're ramming them.
They are ramming you. They are
all right, they're
sailors, and
ramming
you
us.
are not. I
Right,
think
so,
I'm going to roll 3d6 versus your 3d6. Only 3 of your men are being affected by the fire.
Can
They
I
have advantage.
Okay. Is there possible to take the brunt of it? Like, ah! You know what I mean?
Magnus could go and run in the middle of it if you want.
Will that help the other men save some of them?
Yes.
I think he's trying to provide soft cover against the attack.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Magnus. Magnus, you shoo all of your men to the back, and you're the only one there. And, all right, so this isn't a 3d6 roll at this point in time. This is an individual reflex save as this horrible thing spews alchemist fire in a huge gout, hitting Magnus straight in the chest, or he tries to roll off to the side.
Why is he doing that?
He's trying to save his men, the fool, says Phineas.
But we can get more.
Oh, Magnus, I did not expect such heroics,
Says Theodore. Yes, I told you, it'll all work. Prentice Pennywise does, like, while he says it will all work, he's white knuckled, holding on to the banister and looking at what's happening.
Right under his chest. Ah! Axe in hand. Ah!
Okay, I need a reflex save. The DC is 18.
Now the question, if I save, will they get also a save or not?
No.
All right, so there's no point in me. Okay, well, heroics are heroics.
You put yourself in the line of fire and not your men.
And you also have resist fire, so
Yeah.
Yep.
And you probably could just face tank the burning damage. It's just how scarred and fucked up do you look?
1d20.
We'll take the tree of sorrow or whatever it's called. That picture with all the wrinkly lips and stuff.
26.
Oh, you duck and you only get it on your leg and your arm, but you are on fire. You take half of 68, which is 26, so 13. You take 3 fire, but it's still burning. Like there's still fire on you. And the water that you splash does nothing. It's like the oil
fire.
sticky goo is on you.
Right.
What do I have to do to get rid of it?
Let it burn out.
Got it.
Full round action reflex save nonsense.
Full round action reflex save.
Or what would it do? A d6 every round for X rounds?
It's still a considerable glob of it.
Okay, so full round.
Actually, you made your reflex save, so actually make a second reflex save. This is versus catching fire. That's how we'll do it. The same thing as alchemist fire.
27.
Not 20.
Not 20.
Okay, so you just brush it off. You're like, and you're no longer on fire. People are screaming and cheering. Give me a charisma check.
you know it's not going to work. All right, sure.
Roll the d20.
I know. Oh,
It's
can I
not
take
20.
the last one?
Okay. No. So the crowd is impressed, but your boat is on fire as the two boats are colliding.
Okay, grab on!
All right, Ahmed. How many out of your 13 dice? You have to be either all on attack or all on defense. Like you can't divide Magnus up. How many are you going? They have twice as many men as anyone else, so they have 16 dice.
So we have 13 dice.
Yep.
Wait, I have 13 and they have 16.
Yep.
They're going all out.
Yeah, they're invading your boat. Not all 16 of them are attacking. You don't know, but their boat is ramming.
I'm gonna put 13 defense. I'm gonna put 13 defense.
Okay.
Are they still going? Is it still going to the tide?
Yep.
The tide's still going to them.
They're invading your boat.
So they win the ties, right?
They are sailors. They win the ties.
I have some sailors as well.
You have 2.
Two
That's
compared
dice.
to their full
So,
sailing complement.
13 d20 or d6. I'm sorry. 13.
You're going
D6.
full defense. Okay.
Yep.
Plus your boat's on fire. So
Ashoka is sort of
We're gonna go defense, and then we're gonna go attack.
Trying to keep Phineas's attention from...
6, 5, 5, 5. They're not bad. They're not bad. Let's see how they do.
Okay. Their attack. Fuck.
So they lose.
I think that's a full defense.
That's full defense, sir.
There's
They
a bunch
just
of
fucking.
fours.
They just fucking lost a bunch. Is that what happened?
They
Yep.
just lost 8.
They just walked into Magnus's flaming badassness.
All right, so half their crew goes spilling over the side. Some of them are getting burned as they're ending up in the burning part of the ship.
fuck, the
Magnus
fuck,
and his
let's
group are just cutting them down. The people that you plucked out of the water and saved from certain doom are fighting like angels of death. The priest of Palor is calling out to Palor and blasting people with spells as your men have just turned your front ship into a bloody mess. However, the front part of your ship is completely ablaze, and then the bird. Roll a d3, Adam. This is your plot. Don't roll yet because this is what happens. 3 is the bird is successful. He lights the thing and is able to fly away, and he lights the wick as intended. 2 is he's struggling with it and hasn't quite done it. 1, he lights it, but lights it at the wrong spot, and the whole thing explodes, including the bird.
He's
All right.
struggling.
He's struggling. There's the bird. He's like, I don't know. Phineas is like, I don't know what's happening.
He's doing pretty well.
Magnus, you need to get off your ship. Your front part of your boat is burning, and
We
sharks
are
are
gonna-
circling in the water, and you guys
Is there
are
another boat?
There's the goblin boat.
How far is it?
The burning boat is gone. The goblin boat has the monks on it, and there's a pitched battle going on there with the boy. You could try to make it to that boat, or you could go alongside of the boat that tried to ram you, and you could try to take over the boat.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna try to do. Go alongside.
Okay,
They have lost a lot of men, right?
they've lost half their crew in this horrible attack.
Okay. So we're going alongside. We're gonna take them.
Okay.
This will be so hilarious if all like the machinations and work went into like Ed. You didn't need to, because Magnus was like, "I'm a badass."
Well, the D6s have been very, very kind. Let's see. All right, they have a surprise on their boat. They have one hero that is that hasn't been fighting yet.
Fuck.
Does he know how to say kaboom?
How long, Marty? How long before our ship sinks?
It's on fire.
So not yet. It's
Nope.
still.
Yeah.
Yep.
So okay, get us alongside.
Let's do a proper Viking warrior. Let's see, Viking. I remember them being. Aha, there we go. He's a coarse barbarian as well.
Is he the guy with the hammer?
He's not the guy with the hammer.
Okay.
He does have an awesome helmet and a great beard. Let me create this token. You might have to fight this guy actual battle, Ahmed.
You, Magnus! You will not bring glory to our gods. You're a pretender. You're a puppet.
Fuck you, you coward!
You are a perfume slave.
Is what he says to you.
And you are a whore. It's like your mother.
All right, his name is
Magnus the Killer, or Killer Magnus, the Killer of Magnus. No.
There's the word killer and there's the word Magnus in there somewhere.
Yeah.
his name is Victor the Course. He has victory in his name.
Yeah, he's just trying
Where's?
hard.
I want to see.
Try hard. Boo, try hard. Boo.
All right. So Victor the Course. We'll put him on his boat. He's calling you out, Magnus. He wants to fight you, while his men fight all around. Come on, is what he says.
Magnus is not stupid. He's waiting for the bird to blow shit up.
Okay, well, you're both